Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2 on the Mysterious Shiji. Apparently the fragment we missed in Sunlit Waterscape 300 as fuck is pretty straightforward. I think other now than the complete your bestiary one and one related to playing the slot machines for an inordinate amount of time. Mostly what's left is just using the paradox scope to get paradox endings. We've gotten just about every other fragment that's available in the game. So somewhere around here, it's an extraordinary egg fragment, and we just plain old didn't do this because it's optional and it requires the Moogle throw, which you don't have when you first do this area, so we just never came back and did this. Not a huge deal. But I'm just going straight via the map to where I believe this is supposed to be. And it should be somewhere around here. I guess. Not even really sure. Hold on. Okay. So... oh. I guess I gotta cross over. Found in the lower part of the overgrown forest area. Requires the Moogle throw. So I think I'm swinging farther than I think I need to backtrack after swinging to get... I don't know how this freaking works. Here it is. Eventually you make your way all the way over here. Somewhere around here is a treasure chest, I guess. Whatever, I guess I better check and make sure I don't already have this fragment in my menu. I just got confused about which one is missing. I was thinking we were doing really low damage to this guy, but he's not building up his chain the way that this type of enemy normally seems to. Normally this particular enemy type, you don't get to do any damage to them until they're staggered, but this guy just ain't working that way. Alright, let's look at the fragments by location. Sunlit Waterscape. We got the Muto Tomato segment. Yeah, we don't have the Extraordinary Egg segment, which is supposed to be here somewhere. Alright, so just keep looking. I wonder how the hell you're supposed to find this thing without a guide, because even with the guide I've got no frickin' idea. Or I'm supposed to be going with this. I'm trying to angle the camera to where I can see stuff. This is not going to be the most exciting video in the history of my channel at this rate. Seriously, this fragment is found in the lower part of the Overgreen Forest area. Use a Moogle throw. Oh, damn it. Oh, we have to throw it kind of upwise, it looks like. Oh. Okay. No, damn it. Well, there it is anyway. At least we're going to get it now. Because, yeah, he could be closer before you throw him than he is after. But unless he's been thrown, he doesn't collect stuff that's, like, floating around. Well, we've got the paradox scope activated. Which should allow... Yeah, 9 left. Dang. So freaking close. I think we've got to do all the damn paradox endings now. So one of them is here. So I think we're supposed to save. Well, I'm saving just in case. I think we close the gate, come back. Do you remember that thing where Alyssa offered us a fragment or some kind of magical device that was going to allow us to travel to where we needed to go to fix the timelines, and then we went down the whole side path of you know, being trapped in hell, and then we went to like Dying World and all that stuff because we got separated from Noel. Well, with the power of the paradox scope, I guess we can do something else with that. Because although it didn't make a lot of sense at the time, it was kind of vaguely like she kind of laughed evilly after we got thrown into timeline chaos hell, and she doesn't appear as part of the ending. So the game's not all that clear on what happened, but I think I think I'd already kind of revealed in the past that, per what I figured out only from the hint book, and the fact that she had this previous hang-up with the paradox and whether she was supposed to have died during the purge. She was supposed to die during the purge, and now, even though she's working with Hope as part of the Institute, she may not have the same goals as everyone else in mind. She may realize that if she actually allows you to fix the timelines, that she won't exist anymore, because she's not supposed to exist now and only does so because of a paradox. So now we play through this portion of the game again. Yeah, bitches.
We did it. We actually did it.
Damn us all to hell. I wonder if I made that joke before. Why?
This is what you wanted to see, wasn't it?
No, I wanted to see lightning.
Welcome to the future, you say.
Welcome to the hot dance girl. It's hilarious when weird little monsters fly around.
I mean, we haven't seen each other in what? How many years?
It's been all of 390 years. I guess you guys have been busy, huh?
Did I miss part of what Hope said? I was reading the text on screen. There's no way I'm
Please come
able.
by my headquarters when you get a chance. You're guests of the academy.
But give Alyssa and I a few minutes. I'm gonna fuck her brains out. Sorry.
Later.
She's in a dirty mood apparently. Although I mean, she goes around wearing that outfit. I do think I was rather crestfallen to find out she was evil, because I like the idea that Hope was just like the adorable little kid in the previous game.
It's probably the most impressive-looking building. What about that one?
I mean, that one that looks like a giant turd? No. But I just like the fact that in this game, Hope actually gets to be grown up. He's like a Bishonen. Everyone thinks he's cool. I like the idea that he actually, after being the whiny kid in the previous game...
What happened, but I can't really explain it. It was more of a hunch, really.
A hunch.
I'm Dinty Moore, and I've got a hunch. You're gonna like being my lunch. I'm Dinty Moore. But I like the idea that he actually gets, you know, gets to have a girlfriend who's, like, you know, meant to be hot. I was happy for Hope. Now it turns out she's just evil. And I thought there were hints throughout previous story chapters that she's into Hope, because Hope seems to be pretty kind of, not saying that he doesn't come across as hetero, but he does seem kind of like ambivalent. Holmes? And of course in the next game, as I've already kind of revealed, Hope's transformed back into a little kid. So this is the only game where you get to enjoy the idea that Hope got to grow up and enjoy some aspect of life other than being a little kid.
All good here.
What's with all the...
What's with all the quizzes? They're fucking terrible. I hate them so much.
I should get ready for my business trip.
We're not restarting this, do we? But we restarted this timeline. What the hell? So we're going to go through all the dialogue where they explain that we need to go find fragments to power up the paradox machine or whatever. But then we'll just already have them at the beginning of the quest, so. Apparently this also triggers the dialogue.
Hope told us that he invented a machine called a time capsule. That's how they got
Is it
here.
some kind of like time suppository or?
Back in 13 AF, Hope devised a plan to build an artificial Fal'Cie. It was called the Proto-Fal'Cie
Caps,
Project. He wanted to use the new technology to re-levitate Cocoon.
Because
But
we
then one
can't
day,
just
Hope
live
saw
on
Serah's
pulse? That
prophecy
seems
in
like the
the
obvious
Oracle
answer here.
So I activated the Oracle drive and watched the prophecy. I saw you fighting the Proto-Fal'Cie, and I saw you screaming out at me. Your machines are driving me nuts.
Well, I was getting pretty ticked off by that point.
Why is
Well,
she
exactly.
apologizing? This
So
is
we
what
were forced
saved
to
the world.
reevaluate the project and eventually abandon it.
Okay.
Although it
you
took a
saw
really
Serah
long
getting
time
mad
before I
at you, so
decided
you
that
canceled
just...
your
It took a really long time before I finally decided to cancel the project. I mean, the fact that you showed me, you know, irrefutable proof that my project was going to lead to a super monster that was transforming humans into lesser monsters, I mean, eventually I decided to let it go. But boy, it took a lot of soul searching.
project, and then poof, the Proto-Fal'Cie disappeared. Is that about right? We didn't destroy it so much as it never existed in the first place.
Yeah, there's no way you could
We
have
were
defeated my
following the
super
wrong
monster
path to the
machine.
future. If the Proto-Fal'Cie had managed to get control of Cocoon,
It would be
would
like
have made
Donald
it back
Trump
to
being
second
elected. It
Eden.
was clearly the wrong
We
path of the
began.
future. Sorry.
Yeah. It would have been just like how it was on the old Cocoon.
We realized
We could have made
that
Cocoon
that
great again. The old
happened
Cocoon would have been
because
restored.
Only human technology.
Right. Not to mention that if you had kept with the original plan, your machines would have killed you.
Really?
I don't know why I'm getting all political.
Then we
all
owe
of a
you our
sudden.
lives. Thank you.
Funny, you lose your temper and the whole future changes.
But then the future refused to change. Ding, 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 ding. Somehow I feel like I'm less likely to have a lot of Trumpers watching this series. It's possible, I suppose. They'd be more. There's other series they'd be more likely to watch. The sci-fi fantasy stuff usually not a huge thing for conservatives. I am playing a game set in the Old West.
So, I bet you're dying to know how we came to the future, huh?
Kinda.
Not really. I don't care.
You heard about the time capsule we used?
Yeah,
Its
the like
device
space-time
was built to
suppository.
account only for its
It's
occupants.
capsule. I mean, when you think of capsules, don't you think of
Yet also
suppositories
the
immediately?
powerful
You mean I'm the only one?
gravitational
You mean there's something wrong with me?
Essentially, we just slept as the outside world flashed forward into the future.
This capsule of yours, it can't take you back, can it?
Unfortunately.
Back to back, back to the past,
Consider
Samurai
it
Jack.
broke down
Watch
after a
out.
single use. I doubt it'll prove to be a popular method of time travel.
It's more of a
You risked
plot
your own life
contrivance.
For the sake of Cocoon.
Well, I
Oh, the
suppose.
director was there with me. Hey, Serah. After coming to the future myself, I think I understand how you must feel.
I too now want to save lightning.
The Academy has welcomed us with open arms, and we can research as we always have, but
It's still weird, you know?
sometimes I get these terrible anxiety attacks.
Like I should be wearing long
What's
pants.
that?
Explain it all.
Please, Serah.
Oh, that's
You
Clarissa.
have to let me apologize for the way I treated you in the past.
How did she treat us in the past?
Maybe you can't forgive me for that, but I hope as fellow time travelers, we can face the...
I mean, there was one point where she helped us escape from prison by lying on our behalf, so that didn't really seem like a crime that she had to answer to us for.
The Academy has made progress on its investigation into the 13th Arc. At this stage, there is good news and there is bad news.
Good news is, I don't have any pants. The bad news is, I'll never have any pants.
We've discovered that the Ark's reactor is powered by an ore cluster, known as the graviton.
The really good news is you already have these, and JG's just sitting through these cinematics for no real reason.
The new cocoon will be up in the sky in no time.
That is good news.
Yeah, okay. So now you gotta hit us with the bad news.
Well, since I'm being political already. Well, the bad news is there's going to be a bunch of immigrants coming to the new cocoon. We've got to get rid of them.
The 13th arc, for example, requires a single graviton core. We're going to need multiple cores that we can't seem to find.
We're not very
Need a hand
good.
with the search?
If there's one thing we're good at, it's looking for weird objects.
Whoa, what is that supposed to mean?
We could use the help. With you two on the case, we'll have those cores in no time.
Oh, I hope.
I'll put together some data on graviton cores. Check in with the Academy front desk.
Or just give them to me immediately. So I need to make sure that I've got the paradox scope on, otherwise we can't get the optional ending.
I can't believe it! You found a graviton core! If you don't mind, I'll just take a sliver for my research.
It's not up to me. I don't even know what this thing is.
Wow! This must have been tough to find. We'll be putting it to good use, though.
Great.
Oh, thanks to you two, we almost have all
So, for the longest time, for some dumbass reason, I thought Gamma was Greek for 5. Because I had this thing, like, watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, where it was like, I thought it was kind of neat that they had something called the Gamma Quadrant. For some reason, I thought it was like Alpha, Beta, Delta is like 3, and then Gamma, I guess, is 4. But I thought it was 5, because I thought that was the whole point, was that, like, they divided the galaxy up into quadrants, but this wormhole leads you to something that was outside of the 4 quadrants that they thought they understood. So it was like the Gamma Quadrant. It was some section of space outside of their own galaxy. And then eventually, I don't remember exactly how I came to find out, oh no, Gamma actually is like 4. Because Delta's 3. So why did we go from Alpha to Beta to Gamma there? Because Delta is 3. Delta isn't 4, right? I don't know. But yeah, I remember thinking, oh, what a neat idea. Like, they named this thing the 5th quadrant to really capture just how out of their previous exploration it is. And I was like, oh no, it's just that they hadn't explored the 4th quadrant yet.
Did I tell you? The director is inventing a new device.
It's an even bigger
Academy has been
space-time
making progress on
repository.
the development of a paradox weapon. A very powerful weapon that feeds on time.
Well, we already
distorted
got
energy.
this, so I don't know why we're seeing this thing again. But
Using a paradox against itself, huh?
Sarah seems bored.
Exactly.
Exactly.
There's a possibility we may come up against the man who appears in the Oracle Drive recordings.
Manute
The
Bowl?
war has already begun.
I don't know why he would be
Protect
in
the
there. I
future
mean,
itself.
could be Jim J. Bullock. I mean, who is in these Oracle Drive recordings? To talk about Caius, but
But, Director, didn't you say you were missing a certain material?
A chaos crystal. It's a solidified chunk of paradox energy, but according to the data, it doesn't exist in this time period.
Lieutenant Commander data?
Well, hey, you've still got us.
I mean, we fix all your problems and everyone
You've
else's
got the
too.
Historia Crux.
I knew I could count
The
on
Historia
you.
crutch.
Once you
It's
found
kind of
the
lean
crystal,
on it to carry the
build you a
game.
prototype. Alyssa and I decided to come to the future to observe the 13th.
That thing that's floating...
Yes. Instead, we
A whole...
Sure is.
I don't know why I decided to skip this cinematic, but I guess because it doesn't actually advance the story.
All right then.
But weapon-wise, she has access to the Fragment Energy Odin Bolt, which will at this point, increase everything. This gives her an ATB charge boost, which the Odin Bolt won't, but, I believe the best possible base stats will be using the fragment energy weapons once you've got them. But he does not have a weapon that has fragment energy, if I understand correctly. Because we haven't gotten one. You're supposed to get the second one through the casino, and we have not done that.
I see.
Oh, now we hand over Delta. Oh, Epsilon is 5, okay.
Serah, did you really do it?
Did you give us the crystals that you've already gave us before?
All the ore clusters Hope needed to levitate his new cocoon.
Pretty sweet, huh?
I don't think I'd ever seen Hope look so happy and excited.
Yeah, just look at the way he's wandering around with a blank look on his face. It's incredible.
It would take a century to complete the new cocoon.
It's only we had time travel. Oh, wait, we do. Never mind.
I know we can do it.
He's right, you know. Have you seen that broken gate in the town?
I'm going to use it to
It's all
destroy you
fixed and
both.
working normally.
We collected the ore crystals, so the future has changed, Koopa.
Nope, sorry, the future refused
Yes,
to change.
I think so. And look what I found. It was lying next to the gate.
It's here to kill you. No, we refuse to take the artifact, and then we finally get our freaking additional ending here. And it's like, nah, forget it. We'll get our own crystal. I don't know why you would refuse it, but
We have to hurry. Are we gonna make it?
Better!
Director,
What's going on?
Holmes.
Don't move!
you're under arrest.
Yeah, give that back!
Did I hear someone call for a hero? I think I did.
How did he get here?
Thank you. Give it up, sweetheart.
Oh wow, we got an upskirt shot at one of the generics.
Like the fact that this artifact is booby-trapped.
Boobies? Why are you talking about boobies?
Someone like Caius?
More, maybe
So what
not.
if he did?
Snow, how did you...
Hope?
Come to be so handsome.
Caius is on the move and up to no good. The past and the future are looking pretty bleak.
So I thought I'd come to the present.
You can't just drop a bomb like that and take off.
What, did he
Always do
fart?
you want, even if it means leaving people behind.
Well, whatever.
You haven't changed at all.
Okay, sorry.
You really haven't changed. I mean, apparently I'm hundreds of years on my own future, and you look exactly the same with no explanation as how you got here.
Was working with Caius of all people. If we had tried to use the artifact, Noel and I would have.
Oh wow, we got like a
fallen
big
into
enough
some
close enough close up of one of those generic female guards to see that they apparently wear white fishnet stockings. That is not something I knew about that design before. So thank you, extreme close up.
Caius was the one that was trying to change the events of the past.
What a jerk, huh?
Snow's constantly on the move. There are Caiuses in the past, present, and future.
Yeah, apparently he can travel through time. I mean, snow. And we're not ever going to have that explained, by the way.
That Caius, I think he's serious. He means business.
Is your motorcycle made of two
He
chicks?
just changes it back to how he wants it again. Like nothing ever happened.
What a jerk.
Where's Lightning in all of this? She's on the job with Saz and Dodge.
What can I do?
Stay alive.
Whatever may occur, I will find
I
you.
hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're going to be assassinated exactly 3 days from now.
So,
Me?
probably should have mentioned that earlier.
Without you, we might as well forget about having any kind of future.
'Cause Lord knows the rest of the cast is not capable of setting up any kind of future.
Without hope, we're done for. So it's important that you do everything in your power to protect yourself.
Right.
Noel, you're on guard duty.
What?
And what are you gonna do? I'm going to the future to greet Caius with my fist. But before all the fun happens, I got 13 different eras to visit.
That actually sounds like a better game than this one.
13 different eras. Not one to sit still, huh? Serah, come with me, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, Noel. You get to hang out here and do guard duty.
Get to do all the fun stuff. I'll fill you in on what you missed when we get back. So stay safe and stay alive.
Yeah. There's no
Alive,
Go
alert,
on.
a lame. So is this like Serah's dream ending? Instead of hanging out with Noel, she gets to go have super time traveling adventure that's pretty much the same one she's already been having, except that lightning and snow are both hanging out with her. This would appear to be Serah's dream ending.
We're going there on this!
Come on, you'll love it!
And this is how I set off on an exciting and scary adventure with my hero, Snow.
No explanations appear to be
Our
offered.
time-traveling journey will come to an end. But the past, present, and future are all connected. And until time stands still, the future will always bring us a new adventure.
Was that even meant to make sense? I guess not. It's just kind of like, wouldn't it be fun if Serah got to have an adventure, but with hope instead of this jerk? But anyway, there you go. And I guess that counted as one of the missing fragments, which should mean... Now, hold on, I'm still confused. We have a total of 8 that we're missing. So... 1 is the bestiary. Then we've got... well, we got 1 with the casino. So that apparently means there's 6 more fragments that just aren't... See, because I could have sworn that this had said 9 out of 11, and that, oh, never mind, the ones you get through the paradox scope actually do show up. But maybe that one just didn't count as an ending. Oh, it doesn't count. The other ones where you do a special ending by locking the gate, it spins off a new little zone. Like, okay, now if we do that math, it should work. Like this, hold on, let's see here. Like this here is actually a secret ending we got by defeating the Rogue Tomato, without doing all the plot stuff first. So we have Bestiary, and then we have the casino one. That brings us. That would bring us up to 54, and now I can see 4 different blacked out hexagons, which means we have to go through, close the gate, go through and replay the story, and just do something different from what we did before. So that's 54, and then that's 4 more, brings us up to 58. We're still missing 2. So, yeah, we're still missing 2. And I know you don't get any from the DLC, because you can get full without the DLC. So I think if you can close the gate and do Augusta Tower, possibly with the paradox scope, and it gives you a different ending. I don't know. Or maybe it's something that you do differently in Erba. There doesn't seem to be any consistency into whether the fragment count can really be used to predict how many more fragments you've got. But we're missing 8, and it appears like between the gate matrix and the listings for each area, because I don't think there's an entire section of map other than hidden endings left to be opened. Although I guess I could be wrong. At any rate, yeah, we definitely seem to not have all of the... I don't know how to get all the crystals. That's becoming apparent. Now, the guidebook is going to tell me how to get all the crystals, so I'll figure out which ones I'm missing. It'll be okay. But yeah, other than the bestiary and the gambling one, I think the rest of them are all going to be kind of fun, because it's actually going to involve doing stuff differently in story missions, which means we'll actually have dialogue and stuff to make fun of, rather than just me going around doing, like... We're completely done with the beat the clock stuff. I'm almost positive of that now. Anyway, folks, I'm Serious JG. Thanks for watching. When we come back next time, we'll be going after more fragments. And once we get all the fragments, I'll show you the secret ending, and then we'll finish up with some... At some point, I have to either beat Snow and unlock further DLC goodness, or just decide I'm never going to bother to do that at all. See you later, guys.